Welcome to the Vulnerable Room. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Vulnerable Room podcast. I'm your host, Darnique, and before we dive into today's topic, I just want to take the time out to say thank you to everybody who sent love, support, words of encouragement, motivation, whether if it was through text, DMs, phone calls, reposting from the last episode. I am still on a high. I'm very overwhelmed in a good way, but I just really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I actually feel relieved now that you guys know what was the holdup with me not getting behind the camera. But without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. Today's topic is entitled Carnival and Culture Chat, Island Vibes and Real Talk. Aside with me, I have a special guest by the name of Dope Like Blaze. Thank you for being a guest on today's podcast episode.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good, man.
Okay.
Feeling refreshed. Coming back off Thanksgiving break. Minding with the family. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Congratulations on 100K.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. It was a long time coming.
Big
man.
things are going, okay?
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know you in particular, who is Dope Like Blaze?
Dope Like Blaze is culture and love.
Okay.
I think I built my platform around, really trying to magnify my culture for however much the culture, however much of a voice the culture gave me. Trying to utilize it and be responsible with it, and just really enjoying being Caribbean and experiencing and learning more about being West Indian, and then just really promoting love and unity among the whole West Indies. So, Dope Like Blaze is love and culture.
Okay. Yeah, it's very your I would say your content, like you can feel the authenticity
I appreciate
on the other
that,
end of the
Thank
phone.
you.
So yes. So what is it like growing up Caribbean, especially Jamaican? The $1 million question.
Yes, growing up Caribbean, growing up Jamaican, I knew from young that the culture that I was born into had a very big influence on the world, right? And I took a lot of pride in that from young. So I was very ingrained in being Jamaican, being Caribbean, learning about all the food, learning about the dances, learning about the music. My people's, my folks taking me back home, frequently.
That's the one.
Me having that experience down there. So, it was just I was very proud as a kid. And then also like the duality of growing up, in New York and having to understand and learn that also there's a whole nother culture out here than what's going on in my crib. You know what I mean? We eating ackee and saltfish night in the morning. I'm going to school. They try and feed me tater tots. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of duality going on too. But I was proud and I knew that, being Caribbean was a big deal from young. So
yeah, Jamaicans are very, very prideful.
Yes.
You have every right to be. So what inspired you to start creating content and spotlighting Caribbean culture?
I think for me, it was just me being myself on the socials. Like me, just kind of being myself, utilizing my personality, cracking the same jokes I crack with my friends and stuff like that, and just bringing it to social media, creating content behind it. I was always somebody who liked to do like skits and, comedy bits and stuff like that. Even from young, I was doing that. So once TikTok and, Instagram, got more of a platform for like Reels and stuff like that, I just started bringing that to those socials, and it kind of started resonating with people. And I took a lot of I really appreciated seeing it really resonate with people, and before you know it, it started kind of taking off. So yeah, that's what really brought me there, was just being myself.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, appreciate
it's not easy to like consistently put content out there, but you're doing it.
I appreciate that.
You're doing it.
Thank you.
Weekly at that. I don't know how, but
trying.
At what point did you realize your platform was growing and people were connecting with what you do?
I think the first time that I realized it was when my mom called me to show somebody that the video that they were showing them was her son.
Oh gosh.
I think that was the first time because, like, you know, I had a viral video where I was talking about how I learned my mom's government name at like 7, 8 years old. Because in Jamaica, you know, probably among the whole Caribbean,
okay,
yeah, like we all have like different names than our government name.
that is very true, and nicknames too.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So my mom government is one thing, but her nickname is Judith. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what, but everybody knows her as Judith as if it's her government name.
And you thought that was her name?
Exactly. So I made a video, like a little, you know, just me talking to the camera, letting, you know, just telling my story. And I guess I had a funny way of telling it, and it went viral. Different platforms ranging from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook and so on and so forth. And, you know, got really, went really viral in the Caribbean community and especially the Jamaican community. And somebody was showing my mom the video. Oh, like, yo, look at this person. My mom was like looking at them like, you know, that's my son, right? Yeah. No way. And then my mom like called me like, what you mean that's not my son? So I think that was the first time I seen like, okay, this is doing something. These little comedy bits and all that is doing something. And then the real big one was when I went to St. Thomas.
Okay.
And people were recognizing me for the VI content that
Big up
doing.
VI.
Big up the VI, man. VI in this mother. I don't know if I could. But yeah, when I was in St. Thomas and people was like recognizing me, the first time, St. Thomas the first time.
Okay.
I don't really feel like my content was that big at the time, to be honest. But yeah, it was like so much love out there. And yeah, that's when I knew, okay, this is resonating with people. Okay. And I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep showing this love and this light, you know, among my diaspora. So yeah.
I love that. And I love that you connected outside of, you know, the Jamaican community. Yeah, it was VI.
Yeah, man. VI was first, man. I got her up to VI. Honorary VI, man. Shout out Cruz.
Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about the Caribbean culture and our diaspora. So there's sometimes, you know, this one island is better than the other. Yeah. Energy. So how do you feel about that personally?
I think that's the downfall when it comes to the Caribbean. You know, the fact that we're prideful is a great thing. Okay. But like pride doesn't equal belittling. You know what I'm saying? Pride doesn't have to equal diminishing others. You know what I'm saying? Especially your own family. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like if you really embody what family means and we really start to think that way for the whole Caribbean, then like we won't be moving like that. Yeah. If I got good grades growing up and my cousin or my brother or my sister got good grades, we was just bigging each other up. You know what I'm saying? We was all getting taken to Red Lobster. You know what I mean? Like that's how we was moving. So like, why does it gotta be like, oh, Jamaica is on top right now, we doing good? Of course, big up yourself, you know, but like, why does it gotta be that like, okay, you know, bad mind in Trinidad, or if Trinidad is on top right now, Trinidad's on a great one regarding soca. It doesn't got to be, yo, bun out Jamaica. We're not listening to no dancehall around here. It doesn't got to be that. Jamaica on top, okay, and look what Trinidad doing too. And Trinidad, yo, look what Barbados doing too, and look what the VI doing. That's how I really want us to move. So, you know, on my platform, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see me bigging up dancehall, soca, Rabo Day, compa. Power soca. Yeah. You're gonna see me bigging up everything because that's how I am, and that's just how I want my platform to be. Whatever anybody else want to do, that's okay. But for me, it's gonna be love. It's gonna be unity. I'm gonna big up everybody.
Okay, big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
So, do you feel like Carnival or Caribbean culture is sometimes treated like some type of costume or aesthetic, like cosplaying by outsiders? And do you think the Caribbean community reacts differently depending on who it is?
I think for some people, right, it is sometimes used as a photo op. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, some people want to just go show off their body that they worked for throughout the year. But at the end of the day, if you enjoying yourself and you being respectful, so be it. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay, but where I think the problem lies sometimes is people come and they are like they're a bit too opinionated.
That's the one.
Yeah, they're a bit like they you know, you're a little too loud. Like come enjoy the vibes, the rum, and you know take off your shirt or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you know show what you worked for in the gym this year, but you're not about to come here and say what type of music you was supposed to hear over here, or what DJs was supposed to play, and you know what I mean, what day Juve is supposed to be, as opposed to what it is, you know, when you went there. Like, nah, you need to, you know, calm down a little bit and just enjoy and go about your business, because you know you are like, of course you're black, but at the same time, this is a part of the diaspora that is, you know, separate from, you know, maybe another part.
Absolutely.
We're all together, but it's still sections. So at the same time, you know, you don't want to be too loud because this is people's culture. You got to be respectful. So.
And I will say, just to piggyback off of what you said, like I have an example. Like I was coming back home from Carnival, and me and it was a popular DJ. We were by like baggage claim, waiting to get, you know, our bags. And this one young lady, she was just like, you know, we were all talking. Was like, you know, did you have fun? Blah blah blah. And she was just like, yeah, but I wanted to hear more dancehall.
Crazy.
And I'm like,
crazy.
He even said, don't say that too loud.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how you coming to an island, like, and this was Vincy, like how you coming to Vincy and you want to hear dancehall on road, like that's not going to happen. So it's just, my thing is, when I go to these places, I want to conform to what the natives, like the locals, do.
Exactly.
So if y'all going to be drinking Sunset, if y'all going to be drinking Ray and Nephew, if y'all going to be drinking whatever it is, I want to do it. I feel like that makes your experience unique. But everybody always like to have something to say. So I definitely agree with you. So what's your favorite Caribbean phrase, saying, and why?
Favorite Caribbean phrase. I think
I know you probably have a few.
I think my number one is "Huna here must feel."
Okay, that's my.
I live by that. My grandma ingrained that in me from young. She was never wrong.
Okay.
I definitely felt as a kid, as a youth. So, yeah, that's my favorite, man. Like it never stopped being true.
Yeah, that was I feel like, aside from my parents, always heard it from, like you said, my grandma. That was the line. Like, it's embedded in me. Yeah. So now I find myself saying it to like my young little cousins or my god's kids or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I never want that saying to die.
Yeah, I don't want it to die either. It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
It is.
So how did the hurricane and its aftermath affect you personally or emotionally?
Oh man. I think emotionally, I was definitely affected. Like it just watching all of that go on, you know, back home. You know, a place that I really care about and I'm really connected to. You know, it definitely pulled on my heartstrings. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm somebody who, I like being solution based. I like to help, like to do something. But like in that moment, there was literally nothing you could do. Absolutely. You could only wait for everything to be finished and then be like, all right, let me spring into action. But like, I wish I could have like put my hands up and held the hurricane away. You know what I mean? But there's nothing you could do. So I just felt a little helpless in the moments while it was going on, just kind of watching everything on Instagram and TikTok and all that. But you know, right after, I found a way to spring into action. We got a whole hurricane relief drive going on right now.
Nice. Congrats to that.
Thank you. From Manchester, St. Elizabeth, you know, those are some of the hardest hit places, you know, nearby where we from, and you know, we gotten a lot of donations so far. For me to not be no like big A-list celebrity or nothing like that, we have gotten a lot of monetary donations and we've gotten a lot of physical donations. So I'm actually planning to go down there in January and start disseminating.
Oh, nice.
A lot of relief material. So yeah,
definitely send me that information so I can tag it with the episode. Yeah, because you know, the more the merrier.
Yes.
So let's talk about
yeah.
So let's talk about Carnival.
All right, bet. Yeah, it's my favorite type of talk.
Okay, mine's too. So what is your favorite soca song to hear on road or in a fete that gives you all the feels, no matter how many times you hear it?
All right, so I think one, all right, there's two.
Okay, that's
two
fine.
Original and then there's one new.
Okay.
All right. So firstly is Come Home.
Okay. Yes. That gives me goosebumps.
I remember hearing that the first time, I think it was on the road, and like, yo, I just felt like goosebumps. because it was like, dang, like I
like
don't know,
shedding a tear.
I almost did. I'm like, yo, this is really an emotional moment, like, and I could see everybody singing their heart out, like, it really was a moment for me, and I felt it. I was like, yeah, I really love this feeling, and it was that song.
Okay.
Then when it comes to like doing carnival, doing fets, and all of that, I love like the chaos aspect. I love when everything's going crazy. Like Juve, people are like jumping on stuff and like climbing
living
things.
their best life.
Yes, I love that. And I remember a song that I seen like the most chaos go on to the first time, and it was "Chopping the Line."
I knew it was Grenada.
Yo,
I knew it. I knew he was gonna say that.
I remember just stopping, just freezing. I was just looking around like, oh my God, like this is so crazy. And everybody was doing something random, like climbing stuff, people catching wines on top of, like, man, it was crazy. And I think that was another moment for me. I was like, yo, I have to do this for the rest of my life. Like, I have to go.
Were you in Grenada when you heard it?
Nah. I was in I think I was in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, I was in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. It was at
the Caravana?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the DJ Buzz B events.
Nice. But that song will do it every time. It's just that yes.
Like, yo, it make me feel like tribal, like, oh, I'm about to do something.
Yeah, it's like sometimes when you hear certain songs, it's like something just comes over you, no matter where you are. Sometimes you just gotta move, you gotta push people out the way, like, yeah.
And now the one that's going on right now, that like anywhere I hear, I don't care, I'm turning up. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, I love that song, yo.
I was kind of jealous of everybody who got to experience hearing that in Grenada this year for Spice Mass.
When I tell you the feeling,
that song is very dangerous.
Different. Dangerous. It was different, bro. Mind you, on the road, like, it got to be repetitive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the biggest songs from the island, they got to play them. So, like, I don't understand why people sometimes be complaining, like, oh, y'all's playing the same song. That's what they
I don't care. I want to hear it.
They're playing the biggest hits of the island this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so they playing the Billboard Hot 10 for this island, this carnival season.
Okay.
When it was like every single, no matter what they mixed it into, no matter what they mixed it out of, like, every single time Burial dropped, the crowd went crazy. That's how I knew. I'm like, oh yeah, Road March. No way. Like,
that song is lit.
He's winning.
Very lit.
Man. And
very lit.
Different to that song.
Okay. I don't know what was going on in the studio, but they did their big one.
I'm telling
you. For me, I would say, I know this is kind of like a throwback, but it relates to my everyday life. Cheers to Life.
Oh.
That's my song. That is my song. From You Wake Up This Morning, you's a winner. Yeah.
Funny story about that song. That song got me through. That song got me through being online.
See?
Yes.
You see, it gets you through some things. It gets you through some things. It's just, you got to remember to, like, it's a reminder. It's actually like an affirmation. Like, you got to talk to yourself.
I got my LBs on that song, and they're nowhere near Caribbean.
Really?
And they know that song front to back because I played it every day.
Wow.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, man.
So that's one of my songs. I would say, like, a throwback. Another throwback, Differentology.
Oh,
Bungie.
Okay.
I feel like, even I'm getting goosebumps right now, but like when you hear the bass, it's like, all right, this the warm up right here. We about to get on road. Everybody's about to come together. Like, you just get all the feels. So that's a good road song for me, per se.
Sure.
And my last song is not that recent, but I would say from last year. I love The Tape.
Oh, yes.
That tape.
Yes.
The Tape.
That's a banger.
That song right there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the studio, but I love it.
Man.
Big up to Grenada.
Sure. It was violent this year.
This year,
I don't know what got into them. I mean, they always be, doing their thing. Everybody be doing their thing. This year, I don't know. They just turned Super Saiyan. I don't know what it was.
Power of the Job collab. Like, I don't know.
Sure. Stepping.
So, what was your first carnival experience like? And what carnival was your first? And what was that? Yeah, what was that like for you?
My first official carnival was the VI, of St. Thomas. I don't really count. Mind you, like, I went to Canada in, I think it was like 2019. But like it's not really,
vibe.
You can't really say that's a carnival.
It's a nice warm up.
Yeah, it's a nice warm up. But my first real carnival was St. Thomas. 2024. Yes. And
that's when I started peeping your content.
Yeah, it was right around that time. And like, like that's when things started kind of kicking up in terms of the content. The whole Carnival boot camp tour came alive. Where I'm like,
my
all right, I'm gonna
God.
be doing this.
I
Like,
can't.
yeah, that's what it was. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta make something of this. You know what I mean? To make, carry everybody with me. But my first experience there, it was like, I just fell in love, man. Like the vibes, the energy, the hospitality, the togetherness, like the rum, the women, like like
the food,
the
because we
food,
eat good.
like
We eat
everything was
good.
it was just on point, man. And like, yeah, like, and it seemed like the Virgin Islands have no ugly women. So like,
thank you.
yeah, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what y'all feeding everybody or what's in the water or whatever. But yeah, everybody pretty. So yeah, man, my experience was like amazing. I fell in love with it. I was like, yo, I gotta go on tour. So,
and Carnival Boot Camp, people don't really realize. You may be joking, but it's really a thing. Like you gotta get your stamina up because it's. Although you're gonna pace yourself, but once it start picking up, that's it.
Once you start doing them days back to back to back, and there's like 1 hour of sleep in between, and then it's road, and then this and that, man, like you're gonna wish you prepped.
Yep.
Like,
or came down a little bit earlier so you can enjoy the calm before the storm.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what is like your funniest or wildest carnival moment you've experienced?
I think it's one where I had posted it not too long ago.
Okay.
I think I was at like Hookie had put together. They put together like this.
That's in DC, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they put together their own like Carnival and stuff, and it's a great promotion. Shout out Hookie and them. And it was a moment where I think I was like on the ground, like I was catching a wine from somebody, and then I was like playing like I was on the phone with like my girl. And then like the other women around started noticing that I was like on the phone, and they all started like, I think it was like 3 women like whining on me. One like I'm using her as like a pillow. The other one is like whining on me this way. The other one comes on top of me, and it was just crazy. It's a funny video, but like I just put the caption like, "Oh, when you're trying to like save your relationship."
Your relationship?
Like yeah. So it looks like I'm like so tapped into the conversation. I'm like yelling on the phone. I'm like, "Yo, please, hello." And like it's like mad stuff going on. It's like mad chaos. But yeah, that was like a real funny moment for Carnival.
And then people be with it. Like it's fun.
Yes.
It's fun. Like it's a moment and a space to like just let your hair down.
Like, go.
Go.
And then you get up, they give each other a little side hug and go about your business. Like it's no weird stuff. Like it's no weird stuff. So yeah.
So what carnivals are on your list that you haven't touched yet, but you would love to?
So my whole thing has been like me announcing where I'm going next, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it right now. Vinci,
you got to come. You gotta come.
For sure.
I've been there twice.
Heavy on
the time. Okay.
Heavy on my list. The energy is like I'll be watching the videos. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go. So Vinci, that's one. I definitely want to do Lucia.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do Lucia. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I want to do the BVI as well.
They have most of these islands have carnivals. So
yeah. Apparently it'd be active. Like they've been like I've been tapped in with some people, and they're trying to like kind of partner with me, bring me out and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, get that content in so we can see.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to trying to just partner up with whoever and however I could get around or whatever, and just kind of show the culture and the carnival, the rum and everybody, the vibe through my eyes, and have everybody just connect and enjoy and be entertained. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. So those are some that's on my list coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah.
I would love to visit Dominica.
Oh, how did I forget?
Yeah.
That? How did I forget that?
Dominica, for sure. I would love to visit Grenada for Spice Mass. I've been to Grenada before, but not for Spice Mass. But I'm a little nervous, but
I
get true.
highly recommend Grenada.
My accommodation is already booked, okay? Not playing. But I would love to visit those two for Carnival. And I'm starting to see a lot of buzz for St. Martin.
Yes.
I would love to visit for Carnival as well. And of course, I haven't been home for Carnival to St. Croix.
You never been to St. Croix?
No, not the Crucian Chris.
That has to be
No.
first. You got to do that first before all
Yeah,
that.
I gotta go.
Go straight home.
And I want to do St. Kitts too.
Yes, I was
Sugar
supposed to do
Mas.
St. Kitts this year. It just didn't. Like some things kind of fell through, but like
it's a tough time because it's the holidays. Yeah.
And I gotta go to Jamaica in January, so
Yeah, these carnivals will always
Ain't
be
going
there.
nowhere.
That's the beautiful part about it, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So, yeah. So, how do you feel about influencers like infiltrating Carnival, like people who post for views, likes, but don't know the culture? Do you feel like is it helping or hurting the Caribbean experience?
I feel like it's a thing where if you're responsible with your platform, you know what I mean, then it's okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like I feel like if you're not responsible, then it becomes a thing of infiltration.
Okay.
Being responsible in what you're saying, being respectful of the culture, not trying to be too like opinionated of something that you're not like, if you're not a part of that, you know what I mean? Like you can't come from, you know, somewhere else or like a niche outside of the Carnival, the Caribbean and all of that and come trying to like move the needle in a different direction.
Absolutely.
Allow the culture to be what it is and come honor, respect, enjoy. And, you know, if you're an influencer, you can influence just in a positive way. You know what I mean? But if you're coming for it to be a money grab, if you're coming to be disrespectful, if you're coming to try to change the you know this island or this culture, well, you're out of line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You out of line. For me, it's never gonna be a money grab thing. It's never gonna be a thing where I'm trying to change what you know this island does or how this island operates or how much of the music they play or so on and so forth. I'm just coming to show you the culture through my eyes.
Okay.
Show me experiencing the culture and you to be entertained by however I, you know, post me experiencing the culture, me learning about the culture, right? So it's like informative entertainment. You watching me learn about this culture, experience this culture, and you're being entertained and informed through me vlogging. And that's my only role here is to be doing that. I ain't coming to change nothing. I ain't coming to disrespect nothing.
Be negative.
Coming to be negative and say, oh yeah, nah, this was whack, but this was lit. Or like this island was better than that island's carnival. I ain't coming to
Can't
do none
compare.
of that. Nah. Me, I'm just a little TV show that you can come watch real quick and then scroll.
Okay.
That's it. That's my only role. So
I respect that.
yeah.
I do feel like the culture, it does get infiltrated a little bit. I do feel like there's positives to having influencers come because I feel like, for example, like there's certain things I didn't even know about St. Croix Carnival, but you showed it on your platform. But then, like you said, there's the bashing, the negativity. Oh, this food is not better than this island's food is better than this island's food, and da 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 da. Like, I can't catch a cab here, and you go to this island, it's mad cabs. Like, it's just
Like, what's all that about?
It's too much. It's too much, and it shines a negative light on the outsiders of the Caribbean culture looking in. It's just like, why are we beefing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's pointless.
It is.
Come enjoy, and then go about your business.
Yeah.
If you're an influencer, just document.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all you should be. It's just a documenter. Walking documentary.
So, let's talk about your creator life, the highs and the lows. So, as a creator, what are the highs and lows people don't see?
I think the lows really only be the fact that like you start to get connected to your audience. Right?
Okay.
You start to get connected to your audience, and sometimes you can't always tell your audience like what's going on in your personal life, right? You kind of have to be able to have that boundary where it's like, a lot of this audience, they didn't come to see if you're depressed this week, or you know what I mean, like you might not be able to go on TikTok and say, hey, like somebody in my family passed away.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As much as you're feeling connected to your audience, you know what I mean, it might not be appropriate to do that. Unless you finding a way to connect on that level. But if you haven't, then that's the only low. It's like, I really feel so connected. Like I do. Like I really feel so connected to my audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're personable.
Yeah, like I feel like they, you know what I'm saying? I feel like these are my people. Like, you know what I'm saying? They show me so much love. I'm showing love back. But like, I didn't feel so comfortable jumping on there like, hey, my grandpa died. You know what I mean? Like, and that was kind of like the only low where it's like, these people, like in my head, I'm like, you know, they just want to be entertained. They're here because, you know, they find me funny or they find me relatable or, you know what I mean, they find me informative. But like, can I really get in depth about what's going on in my personal life? Like, does everybody care about that? You know what I mean? I think that would be the only low. Other than that, me being able to be myself day in and day out, week in and week out, you know what I'm saying, that has always been a high for me.
Yeah.
The fact that it resonates with people care about, you know, what I have to say on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis.
Know what's going on.
Yeah, like that feel good. So there's no lows other than that where it's just like, you know, kind of treating them like family, but at the same time, like, can you get in depth about what's going on with you at all times? So,
okay. Yeah. No, I respect that. Mm-hmm. And I was just about to ask, like, how do you set your boundaries, like in that space? Like, let's say, for example, people are looking for you to open up about your personal life. Like, how do you separate the two?
What is the thing? Like, I could open up. You know what I mean? I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with being vulnerable. No pun intended. Yeah. But I'm okay with doing that. You know what I mean? I'm at a space in my life where if it's warranted, if it's asked of me, you know what I mean? Sometimes I go on live and sometimes the questions get deep and it's okay. You know what I mean? So I'm sure I'll get to a space where on my platform I'm able to just be fully me about everything. Because I dibble and dabble in that, you know, every now and again already. You know what I mean? I've talked about therapy on my platform. You know what I mean? I might make it a little joke, but I'm serious at the same time. I really got back into therapy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, the boundary is there. You know what I mean? Creating a boundary, but at the same time, like, if it's your platform, be yourself fully. You know, be unapologetic. You know, be vulnerable.
Because I'm sure, like, what I always assumed, like, with your type of platform, like, people are very invasive. Like, they don't know what questions or things to say that are inappropriate. That could be offensive, or it's just like, well, like, you're cool, thank you for supporting, but I don't know you like that. So, but it's good that you set your boundaries. Those are that's very important.
Yeah, for sure.
Helps you keep, you know, peace of mind. There you go. So now let's talk about mental health and therapy. So, what mental health topics do you wish more Caribbean people were comfortable talking about, and how can we better support?
I think mental health overall in the Caribbean community, and I'm glad to see like we're making strides in it being less taboo.
Okay.
I think, you know, it's talked about a lot more now. You know what I mean? It's not really just seen as like, oh, if you're going through some mental health or you're going through a mental health crisis, like you're done mad. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the thing anymore as much as it was at one point. You know, it's okay. Like, you know, I'm hearing Caribbean people like, oh, he's depressed. Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, you never
20 years ago is, oh, I'm done mad. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, like
something is wrong.
Something wrong with it. Like, so now I'm hearing more and more people actually address, you know, these mental health disorders as
I love that.
appropriately. But I just think, you know, more and more I want to see us get into therapy, you know, get the mental health resources that we need. Healing from trauma. You know what I mean? A lot of the ideology that we have had over the years, you know, growing up Caribbean, you know, it damaged some of us, you know what I'm saying, mentally.
Yeah.
And emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we turned out a little bit fun.
You know, some of us is like not the way they was talking about mad people, but we're mad people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we do need some mental health resources from time to time. You know what I mean? We will go through depression. We'll have trauma responses that we have to heal from and kind of unlearn. And it's up to us to really get that help and then be able to teach our children, you know, the next generations, you know, better than we were taught, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So I just think it's important to really tap into the mental health resources that are out there now and be like, yo, this is important for us to do. It's important for us to heal from these traumas and, you know, unlearn these trauma responses and, you know, these ideologies and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Love that. And what is some advice that you could give men who are trying to unlearn emotional like suppression? Because that's pretty big in the Caribbean culture. Like men are taught like be a man, like Don't cry, don't do this, don't do that. Like, so what is some advice?
I think overall, like, it's a yeah, like it's a cold world out here, right? That's a fact. And as a man, you gotta be a protector and provider and so on and so forth. But you can't do that if you're broken.
Right? Absolutely, that's the one.
You can't do that if you're broken. You can't do inside or outside. You can't do that if you're broken. You know what I mean? So if you're broken on the inside, how much of a protector can you be? How much of a provider can you be? How much of a good father can you be?
Yeah.
If you're broken, you can't pour from an empty cup. So get your cup filled. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get the help that you need to be able to be like, okay, I know what to teach my kids. You know what I mean? I know how to build my son up as a man, but somebody who has proper emotional regulation. Somebody that's not gonna, as soon as something doesn't go his way, him want, box up everybody.
Yep.
He knows how to be able to be, you know what I'm saying, sturdy.
That's real though. Yeah.
He knows how to be like sturdy in himself and be like, okay, like I'm a man, but I don't have to crash out. You know what I mean? Be able to get yourself together and then teach your sons and daughters the same thing. You know what I mean? So I just think I think Caribbean men just kind of get into a place where we're able to be vulnerable and honest, at least with ourselves, and possibly getting the help you need and being able to be vulnerable and honest with them. Talk about what happened to you as a kid. Everything that happened to you as a kid, it wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not every little thing that was supposed. Well, I just saw things go sometime. No, maybe that was traumatic for you,
and maybe it's time to like put an end to the pattern.
Exactly.
And,
maybe it wasn't okay. And maybe you could talk about how it honestly made you feel. Not just kind of trying to sweep it under the rug or trying to act like, well, I just say go. Nah, be honest. So, yeah, I just want Caribbean men to be more honest and vulnerable so we can get to a space of healing.
Yeah, I love that. Because the women, we want to see more of that, okay? Like, but I feel like it goes on both ends too, because it's not just with Caribbean men, but you more so see it with Caribbean men. So I love that. Like, you got to fix up yourself in order to pass on those healthy like practices to your pick-me. Like, yeah, that's real. So do you feel like Carnival is a form of therapy?
Yes. Oh, yes, man. Like,
absolutely.
I feel so refreshed after Carnival. Mind you, I feel drained because I'm tired, but at the same time, like, my spirit is refreshed. Like, my, what I'm saying, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I could tackle the world after I'm done. Come back from a Carnival. So it really refreshes my spirit. And I'm always looking forward to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You leaving there, you thinking about the next one, like same time next year? Okay.
I got a whole Carnival bank account, saving money, put the money aside. Every paycheck, like, now we going
expensive.
Right. Yeah,
that's real, because it's very expensive, and the expenses add up very quickly.
We gotta start talking about Carnival inflation, man. What's
okay.
going on,
okay.
Y'all? Things are getting real expensive out here for Carnival,
especially for women. I mean, we're not even gonna talk about the costumes.
When I found out how much some costumes cost, I was like, dear God,
more than somebody's rent, mortgage, car note. Crazy. Yeah, yup, monthly expenses. Yup, but we say like, damn, it's so expensive, but
do it over.
Let's do it.
It's worth it.
Let's do it.
It's always worth it.
As long as y'all got a little payment plan now, see y'all getting with the times with the Klarna.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. I love that. Paying for it, man. Paying for it.
Here for it. So just to touch on it a little bit, like, dating in the spotlight, like, how has dating been for you as someone with your platform? Not the puppet, please.
We drink our water, yeah. Stay well.
How has that been? Has it been easy going? Has it been tough? Like,
it's been cool. Okay. It's been cool. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like the energy you put out is the energy you're gonna get back. So I'm not walking around like I'm, better than anybody because I have a platform in the Caribbean community. It doesn't matter if I'm, talking to somebody that's Caribbean or whatever, they might know who I am or, what I mean, love my videos or whatever. Like, I'm still just Blaze. I've been Blaze since, forever. So it's been cool, what I mean? And if I let you in my life, it's because I feel like you're somebody that's solid, what I mean? So I don't really experience like people like only being there because of a platform or because of any kind of like notoriety that might be brewing or whatever.
So would you say you have good discernment?
Yes. Very.
Okay.
Get it from my mother, yo. Big up Judith, yo. Yo, I learned that from her, man. Women's intuition, yo. She imparted that with me, man.
Your mother says she don't like them. It's for a reason. You just can't see it, but
see it, man.
Shout out to your mom. Hi, mom.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's good. You need discernment, because that was going to be my next question too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like people just want to be in your space because of the platform that you have? Like, they want to be seen, because there's times where that happens. You hear about that too. So,
I feel like for me, like, um, I don't know, I'm very welcoming of anybody, and I just kind of take it as support,
hmm
right? Even if it's people that I knew from before, and now they're being a little bit more, like nicer to me now, or being a little bit more, a
that's the
little bit more
one.
cool,
A little
with me.
nicer.
Yeah, like a little bit more cool to me now, and like, yo, bro, let's kick it. Or like, oh my god, like you're so. All right, that's cool. You feel me? Like I just take that as support. I don't really take it as like, oh, like, see, you want to be around me now? You see us at y'all move from me. Like I don't really take it as that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like you're being nice. Like thank you. Thanks for
Okay.
the support. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like all of a sudden I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you're my best friend now because you've been, what I'm saying all these nice things to me. I take it as support. I show the love back, and then I go about my business, man. I
I
got
love
I
that.
got good discernment. I let who God wants around me to be around me. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
That's the one and not the
That's it.
two.
Yeah.
Let the Lord use you, okay?
Yes.
So let's wrap this up just a little bit. What do
Mhm.
you want people to take away from your platform?
Oh, that's a good question, man. What I want people to take away from my platform is one, it's okay to love all of your all of your diaspora, all of your culture, right? One thing that I feel like I kind of shifted in my platform from when I first started was I was just strictly big on being Jamaican, and I think I shifted from that to also having a deep love for being Caribbean, right?
Okay.
So
You see that though. You
yes,
feel that.
you feel me? Yeah. So like, from the beginning it was strictly Jamaica, and over time, what I mean, it became where like I just have a deep love and pride in being Caribbean overall. And I want to continue learning about the whole Caribbean. You know what I mean? I want to understand what's going on even in the Creole speaking islands and
Mm,
everything. You know what I mean? And if they're going through something, I want to support them. You know what I mean? What's going on in Haiti? Like I want to support that. You know what I mean? I want everybody to know what's going on over there. So what I want to people to take away from my platform is I love being Caribbean, right? Um,
we the best.
we the
Sorry.
best. We the
We the
best. I'm
best.
prideful in it. I want people to love on one another. You know what I mean? That's what my platform is unity and love. And our culture is rich and a beautiful culture. And then when it comes to me, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to be myself on the
hmm
platforms. You know what I mean? This ain't me faking the funk. This is who I am. I do love being West Indian. I am big on unity and love. You know what I mean? I'm a down to earth person. I ain't somebody that's walking around my chest high. So yeah, dope like Blaze, the platforms, my the IG, TikTok, Facebook, all that. It's just me being me. And I love being West Indian. I love the culture. We are a rich, beautiful culture. And let's love on one another, man. All this divisiveness gotta stop.
They gotta stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one and not the. I like that.
Yeah.
Snap it up for yourself, okay?
Bah, bah, bah.
So, what's next for you personally or creatively?
Creatively, I'm about to start dropping music again.
Really?
Yeah.
What's so crazy is that I was showing my best friend your page,
Mm,
and like one of your viral videos you have pinned to your Instagram
mm.
profile. Yeah, she remembered it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I forgot. Almost forgot you did music.
Yeah, man, that was like one of the first things that was kind of going, like kind of going viral. I think the first thing was actually the last remix, and then
Okay.
I did a City Boys
Yes.
remix, and that
Oh
went even
yeah.
more viral. Yeah, like Burna Boy been wilding lately. But anyway, like neither here nor there. The City Boys remix kind of definitely went viral and stuff like that, and like people was bigging it up. So I first was going viral for music.
Okay. Yeah.
And I kind of wanted, now that people kind of know me as a person now, through my socials, I kind of been personality driven. I want to also kind of veer back into showing my artistry and my possibly my talent.
Yeah.
It's up to the people if they determine it's talented or not.
You never
But
know. It's never too
yeah,
late, and
yeah,
now you have the
yeah.
audience.
Got the
So
audience. People got the eyes,
yeah.
so come check it out. So
Yeah.
definitely go drop music again. Carnival Boot Camp tour. That's what I'm gonna be doing in 2026. I'm gonna be just going around, and I'm just a walking documentary.
Yeah.
That's all I am. You know what I mean? I am informative entertainment. I'm just a little TV show. It's like a carnival TV show. So what I mean? Find little creative ways to show the culture through my eyes,
Love
and that's
that.
really fun. And then, yeah, man, more moves, just trying to elevate the platform and, just kind of trying to use my platform responsibly. So
I love that. Yeah, I never heard you. The only time where I knew like you were pissed, and that was only because like people were tone deaf in regards to the hurricane.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I was like,
yeah,
y'all done got on his bad side.
Yeah,
'Cause you don't go off like that.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings to see. I ain't gonna lie, cause like I got like people I know that like work at some of these resorts and stuff like that, and it just really hurt. It hurt to see that. And I didn't even take it where I wanted to take it, cause I would have started, no, but like, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? But I had to remember,
we know when y'all get tight, get tight.
It could have been that. I could have sent them up more a while, but I wanted to be responsible with my platform, you feel me? And I wasn't gonna curse nobody out. You feel me? Because I ain't want nobody to go find people because once you got a platform, stuff like that can happen. I can influence people to go find this lady and go bully her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be responsible for that. That's not my intention. So I had to, regulate emotional regulation, mental health.
Okay.
Right? And then come correct.
But you could tell it was heartfelt.
Yeah.
It was passionate, and it was coming from a deep rooted place. It touched the nerves. That's your home. So yeah. But what is one gem you would leave the listeners with? Whether if it's a quote, a statement, whatever that's on your heart.
I think overall, whatever it is, whatever your goal is in this life, don't stop, right? Like, life is a marathon. It ain't a sprint.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know. I've been doing these little videos, these little bits since Vine, and
Oh my God, it's a throwback.
Oh, since Vine, since Twitter. Like, I went viral a couple times on Twitter, then I just lost it. You know what I mean? Okay. I went viral a couple times on Vine, then I just lost it. You know what I mean? I had stuff going on YouTube at one point, and I just lost it. So this is dating back all the way to like 2012, you know what I mean, 2011, where people's like, yo, Facebook videos, you know what I mean, little skits, little bits.
Oh my God, yeah.
And people's like, yo, you should keep doing this, you should do this. And I just never was able to grasp a hold of it to be able to generate an audience or people to resonate with what I was doing.
Okay. And
I finally was able to do it over the last, I want to say maybe year and a half, going on like close to 2 years. Finally, because I just, you know what? All right, let me reinvent. All right, let me reinvent. So the gem is just don't stop. Like, I know it might sound cliche, but whatever it is, don't stop. People are gonna come around. It's gonna happen. So yeah, whatever it is, man, don't stop. Pedal to the metal.
You may start with one person that gravitates towards you. Now you're at 100K. So.
And I don't even know how. I'm still like, yo,
you're like yourself. You're very authentic. So that's how. That's how. Yeah. Because people could tell when you being a little phony. So yeah. But this has been a pleasure. Yes. I appreciate you for being so open and willing to come on, sit on the couch for the Vulnerable Room podcast. This is episode 2.
Yes.
And I like how we were able to tie in the Caribbean culture, also with mental health too as well, and being vulnerable, and just talk about how you got to this point. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very, very, very much. And if people don't know who Dope Like Blaze is, can you please plug your handles, like your Instagram, your TikTok, etc.?
Dope Like Blaze on anything, man. They like, there's not one platform that is not Dope Like Blaze. It don't change. So DOPELIKEBLAZE, man. Just check me out on all platforms. I'm gonna keep it authentic. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it love.
And are you on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube too.
Really?
Dope Like Blaze.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go subscribe. Subscribe, y'all. Yeah. But thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Y'all stay tuned for episode 3. And once again, I appreciate Dope Like Blaze for coming on and sharing his story. So stay tuned for more episodes. Turn on your notifications because there's going to be another episode within the next 2 weeks or so. So thank you for tapping into the Vulnerable Room, and I appreciate it. Bye. Come on, y'all. We know these combos ain't for the faint. Thank you for listening to the Vulnerable Room podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, head on over to Anchor or Spotify to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Follow at The Vulnerable Room on Instagram or visit thevulnerableroom.com for the latest tea. See you next time. Love you all and have a great week.